Hey team, welcome back to HUMN. Today we're looking at the foam roller. Now, these things have become popular in gyms, in physiotherapy clinics and at home, and their primary use is to relieve the symptoms of stiffness and soreness, more so than not from exercise, DOMS. Now, the foam roller was created as a means of convenient myofascial release. Now, fascia is the connective tissue that runs between our muscles, everywhere in between there, and if it gets tight, it can almost give us the sense of restricted movement and sometimes even pain. So to release that tissue is to then release the tension and hopefully relieve the pain. And that is what these bits of kit were intended to do. Now, there's plenty conflicting evidence out there to say whether or not it does or it doesn't, but what most people will agree on is that when you do use one of these things on stiff, sore and tight muscles, you do get short-term increased range of motion. So for me, primarily, if I was going into a session and I did feel tight in certain areas, using a foam roller in those areas to create short-term range of motion will allow me to get into better positions and essentially have a more effective session. What we're going to look at is different ways that you can use the foam roller and perhaps even different types of foam rollers. So this one in particular is quite firm. It's got a padding on the outside, but it is pretty firm. There is softer versions of this that are not hollow, they're completely foam. And what I would say is that if you're looking for more of a deep, intrusive sometimes stimulation on that muscle, that sore muscle, I'm going to go for the firmer option, but if something is very, very sore even to touch, you may want to opt for the foam version, the softer version. But simple as, when we're using these things, you're just going to apply it or apply yourself to the foam roller with the affected area. So you'd find that tight spot on your quad or on your hamstring. You would apply tension or pressure on top of the foam roller and pass back and forward. What I've found useful as well is finding those tight or sore spots and just staying on them for 10 seconds before then rolling on. And we want to almost use like a rolling pin motion to try and ease out some of the pain and, as I said, create short-term increased range of motion. So the foam roller, key points. It was intended to release fascia. Whether or not it does that effectively, there's conflicting evidence against it, but what it will do is increase short-term range of motion, so that means it's an effective tool for you to use before your workouts or even between workouts to make sure that you can still move efficiently if you have tightness, soreness or some pain. If you're interested in learning more about how to use this for a specific body part or to help with a specific movement, drop it in the comments below. We'll get you back an answer and we'll create some video content on how you can effectively do that. And as always, please feel free to like, share and subscribe, ring that bell.